Hi, this is Melissa Baker, and this is SLP212 Therapy Session Plan for Expressive Language. The goal that I'll be addressing in this session is sequencing. I will be working on this goal for grades 4th through 6th grade. The length of time that I would need to complete this would be 35 minutes. My first thing I would do is I would go over what their goals were with the students. I would make sure they understood what sequencing is and how and why it's important for them in school, in social situations and settings. I would then move on to the activities that I have planned. The first one is a sequence matters paragraph that is all jumbled up. There are 9 steps or 9 sentences that they would have to read through with me and then put in order, orders 1 through 9. The second activity that I have is a pumpkin carving activity. Has a set of 6 cards from the first step of choosing the pumpkin to the last step of putting a candle in the pumpkin. And I would set them out in a random order. I would have them read through them, read the top portion of each card with me, and then I would help them to put them in order or allow them to put them in order themselves if they were able. The way that I would make these activities a little more difficult, if they're too easy for the sequencing activity, I would have them not only verbally write out the correct order, verbally state the correct order. I would have them write it out. I could do this with a whiteboard where it'd be easy to erase and continue. And the way that I would make this easier is I could cut out each individual sentence and set it out. I could give them the first and the last steps and have them fill in the middle of the steps, the questions or the steps 2 through 8. I could also remove about half of the steps and make the paragraph a lot smaller. If that was still too difficult, I would be able to just model it and give them verbal cues to work through it till they became successful. As far as picking the perfect pumpkin, one way I could make it more difficult is by by reducing the amount of cues and help that I'm giving. If this was way too easy for them, then I would maybe have them walk me through what they would do at home. What store they would go to, where they would pick up the pumpkin, what tools they would use. There would be a way that I could make this a little more difficult. In order to make it easier, I could once again give them the first and the last step and have them just fill in the middle. And if that still was too difficult, I could step by step go through with them and model for them. Okay, this is the first step, the second step. Okay, now you show me, what do you think the first step, second step, and model it all the way till they were successful. Let's see. Carryover. As far as carryover, I would encourage them to bring in any writing or presentation type assignments they have in their classes that they're working on, or maybe that they have turned in and received back with a grade. I could look over them with the student and make sure that they're able to convey what they want in a orderly fashion. I would be able to help them work through that. I could also pop into their classroom and see what they're working on and maybe help them with the steps that they feel they would need to take in order to complete their assignment and to do well on it. There are also different printouts that I could send home with them and have them complete them or return them for a prize. And then my materials are all listed in here, and I think that's it. Thank you so much.